Hi, it's Megan.
And it's Bree.
And we just want to talk about TV.
Welcome to our podcast,
Unseriesous. Each episode, we're going to cover a TV show, new or old, and have a silly little conversation about it.
So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get unserious.
College is amazing, bro.
Oh my god. Is it?
According to Paxton in season 4, episode 1. College is amazing, bro. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life. Everyone's amazing. My roommate's amazing, and everyone loves me. Leaves. Gotta go. All right. Well,
we're back.
We're back at it with another episode of Unseriesous, where we gotta talk about the once again another show finale, like series finale. Yeah, we're losing everything this year, which is Never Have I Ever. But yeah, never have I ever been watching anything though recently. Have you?
I like that you like
just a casual transition.
I haven't been watching anything.
Have you been doing anything creative and consuming any content? Have you been doing anything with your life, Bree?
No, I've been staring at walls.
Yeah.
I've been listening to the Pink Lady, Rise of the Pink Ladies soundtrack, but I haven't watched the show. Mm-hmm. But I've been like listening to, because I listened to one song and then I just started listening to all of it, and it's really good. And even if you haven't watched the show, the music is so catchy.
Hell yeah!
And I recommend Crushing Me, and I Want More.
Okay.
What about you?
I have to add those to my listening list.
Add it to your Spotify. I'll make you a playlist. It's just those two songs.
Okay, perfect. I feel like I haven't been doing a lot lately. Like, we've been watching all the shows we've been like covering. Like, we just watched Never Have I Ever. Like, that's truly what I've been watching. Yeah. We've kind of talked about other things on other podcasts, like The Little Mermaid. There's things I want to see, want to read that I hope to do soon. But I guess, and I didn't plan this because I've been wearing this shirt all day, but I was going to talk about the tripod.
Yes, the tripod.
I think, some of my favorite podcasts are made by the Tripod family, the Try Guys family, including like adjacent stuff like Miles Bonsignore's podcast, Perfect Person. Their adjacent podcasts are like sister podcasts. Mm-hmm. You Can Sit With Us, and Guilty Pleasures, but primarily the Tripod I try to listen to when I'm working. Sometimes I can't, and sometimes I'm behind, like I am now.
It's really embarrassing.
But I'm
not behind.
Shut the fuck up. That's my comfort podcast. That's my comfort YouTube company.
That's my comfort YouTube
company, the Try Guys. Try Guys Second Try LLC. And the parasocial relationship's real, and I want to talk to them. So
come on the podcast.
You should probably come on our podcast, and we'll come on yours, and let's make this friendship real.
Well, let's get to work.
If you want to have a
What are we watching with them?
What?
What are we going to watch with them if they come on? What do they have to watch and come talk about?
I think that they should come talk about Outer Banks.
Oh, so true.
Because I need motivation.
With my left hand free. I think we should have Miles on and do Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, 100%. I'm in. All right,
you
heard
that, Miles.
Miles.
I know you're listening.
Mm-hmm. You know where to find me. But, like I said, what I've truly been watching recently, this past weekend, from when we're recording this, we were watching Never Have I Ever, the final season.
We knocked that shit out.
We just sat down and
we just fucking did it.
We watched a couple episodes one day, and the next day we're like, let's just finish this bitch.
Yeah. God bless.
And I was completely mentally sane during it, but
yeah, Megan was.
Sometimes like hot girls have to cry.
So true.
Unrelated.
Hot girls.
Sometimes for no reason, but what can you do? But I think the show did make me feel better. I feel like it's such a fun little show, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Never Have I Ever is a Netflix comedy focusing on the life of Indian American teenager Devi Vishwakumar after her father dies of a heart attack at her school band recital where she's playing the harp. During her grief, Devi ends up in a wheelchair until she lays eyes on Paxton, Hall-Yoshida, and eventually decides to ask him to take her virginity like any normal girl will do. Meanwhile, in order to reach her goal of getting into Princeton one day, Devi has to compete to be the school's best student against her longtime academic rival, Ben Gross, who may go from her enemy to her lover. Of course, there's other high school shenanigans and family shenanigans, but when we get to the final season of Never Have I Ever, we see Devi finally make a definitive decision in this ongoing love triangle and then say goodbye to her friends and family as she departs for college. Dun dun dun. So the final season is senior year for most of the characters and super senior year for the best character on the show, Trent Harrison. And I think we should just kick it off with the highest high. Trent. And who is usually pretty high himself.
Iconic. Yeah, he is usually high.
Trent has been a scene stealer, I think, since the start of the show.
Yeah, he's so goofy.
So funny. And honestly, I should have come up with, now I'm thinking about it, epic highs and lows for later, which I didn't, but I'm sure they'll come up naturally. But
I did.
Okay, good. A high that I have is wait, what was it?
The corn?
The corn. When he hands Eleanor the corn after they break up, but there's no reason. And you think, okay, maybe he's going to explain why. There's going to be some sort of silly little Trent reason for him handing her corn, and they don't explain it at all. And that's so funny. Honestly, as a whole, this show has the most out-of-pocket humor, comedy. And I'm obsessed with it. And Trent is honestly the encapsulation, I think, of that humor. He always says the craziest shit, and it's so funny, and we love him, even though he's just a classic himbo.
Yeah. But I feel like they do a good job. They have like such crazy dialogue and like silly, goofy, everyone says, like, even not just Trent, like other people say like the craziest stuff, but it doesn't feel like cheesy.
No, like we were saying that when we were watching it, especially Davey. Davey's always like noise and like saying like the stuff that when you watch like teen shows, you're like a teen isn't writing this, a Gen Z isn't writing this, and they write what they think Gen Z speak like, or like teens of whatever time period. But with this show, even when it could be like cringy or like cliche, it's done so well. I think it's a lot in the delivery. Especially Davey, especially Maitreyi. Like, everything she says, like, I buy. Like, I'm like, she says it so well, and it's so funny, and I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess we should talk about Davey then. The real star of the show. The actual star of the show.
Davey.
So, Davey starts out the season about to go into senior year after having sex with Ben.
Ew. Ben, gross.
And it's pretty mad.
And it's kind of mad.
But you know what?
Realistic.
And
they're bad at communication.
Yeah.
Realistic.
But you know who the real public enemy is? Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard, you're the problem.
So funny.
So random.
It's like, it's all about to work out. And of course it's not going to work out. It's episode 1.
She wants to meet you at Starbucks?
She wants to break up with
you. She wants to break up with you.
You said, you know what, Dwight Howard, my close personal friend, Dwight Howard, I trust you more than anyone I've ever met. The thing is, Ben doesn't have any fucking friends. What else is he going to do?
Ben's a loser.
Ben's a loser. So I think something we also need to state is that someone in the room is Team Ben and someone in the room is Team Paxton. Take your guess, even though we said it in the podcast last week.
Take your guess.
I'm Team Paxton.
I'm Team Benny.
And one of us sounds a little happier than the other, but we'll get to that.
One of us sounds
The thing is, though, this show, before we really talk about the love triangle, they do such a good job of making you root for both, which is rare.
Like, I don't hate. Like, I like their scene. I like Paxton and Davey's scenes.
Same.
And I like Paxton as a character alone.
Yeah.
But Benny just pulls my heart a little more.
No, that's what gets me. You're always like, oh, he's so pathetic. His little sad face.
His sad little fucking eyeballs.
And he kept doing things. He kept saying and doing things this season that really, like, spoke to me. And I was like, that's why I can't support him, because he's just like me for real. I see myself in him too much, and I have to look away.
He's so funny.
So funny. Him calling Dwight Howard his close personal friend is so me coded.
That's you coded.
So word for word, I was like, whoa.
Does that mean you're my close personal friend?
Yeah. Gosh. So funny. But then, yeah, he and Davy don't speak the whole summer, and when they come back to school in the fall, he's got a girlfriend that isn't Davy, but my girl, Margot, Victoria Morales, who was on Teen Wolf. And she was also in The Wilds in like 1 or 2 episodes. She dated the main guy in the 2nd season. You know, the guy that was like teaming up with Leah, and they had like the bracelets.
Yes.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, what else has she been in?
I know. I recognized her face.
Mm-hmm. I love her, and I thought she was a fun addition to the season. I like that they gave everyone kind of some other love interests, so they weren't like just pining over each other the whole season. And I liked her a lot. Yeah, I feel like the show. Too. Every time they had an additional love interest, I think.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Because you like literally every character.
That is the
how
problem.
Am I supposed to pick a team?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Team Trent.
Just in general.
Just in general.
Yeah.
But
as long as he's happy, I'm happy.
But yeah, I like everyone is so good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And
what happened? Why? I forget why. Season 3 love interest, Davy's other love interest.
Des.
Wait, why? What happened at the end with
I think it had to do with, like... I fully don't remember. He did something.
Yeah, I feel like it was...
Oh, like, his mom didn't want him to be with him. Yeah. Didn't want her to be with him. And then, like, the moms were best friends, but she was like, you can do better than Davy because Davy's unhinged. Yeah, I was like, whoa, leave my girl alone.
Don't come for my girl.
And then she like dumped coffee on him.
Yeah, and Fab was there, and Fab was like, but she was really just flirting with the other person. So funny. That's one of my favorite scenes. It's so funny.
Yeah, I forgot about that until just now. That's so funny. I love everyone on the show is so funny. Like the delivery, everyone's delivery of everything.
Oh my God, turn it on from the beginning.
Honestly, I kind of want to watch it from the beginning because like so those first few seasons really spoke to me too.
Okay, but yeah, everyone's pretty decent.
Yeah, even Love Victor.
Love Victor. Hold on, y'all. That was not Victor.
It was Ethan, and he had that Riz.
Ethan had that, you know what I'm saying, Riz. I don't know. Something did it for me.
That's saying something.
With Ethan had fits. Ethan was a bad boy, but also was so nice to Davy. And for what? But he was too bad of a boy.
He was too bad of a boy. He disappeared into thin air.
Love Victor.
He had a little too much Riz. He lived. He spray painted stupid bitch on her car, and he left. That was the highlight of the season. We were talking about it before we were recording. Her mom being like, "Well, were you what? A stupid bitch?
A stupid bitch?
So funny.
Her mom.
I know. I
love her.
Love her mom. I feel like we should just naturally jump around.
Yeah.
Her mom is probably right up there with Trent.
Yep, exactly. I love.
And honestly, one of the best character developments in relationship developments, like her and her mom's dynamic, like I think was so hard because the show does start with her dad, them losing her dad. The trauma, and like I think they both deal with it in different ways, and it obviously complicates their relationship. Mm-hmm. But I think their growth
is beautiful, and you can like clearly see it from both of them. Like the show did a really good job of showing like a realistic, consistent like growth between like just Davy in general, and then her and her mom's relationship, and
I love
it was
her.
Beautiful.
I agree.
I love them,
and I loved her kind of like storyline this season with the contractor Margot's dad. I really liked their little chemistry. It wasn't like a huge part of the season, but I liked it, and I liked Davy and Margot's dynamic. I feel like if we had more time, like we could have seen that more.
More time. We need another season.
I know. Let's do it again. The college years, baby. But yeah, that's honestly just. I was like, I knew I was gonna have to defend my girl Margot because I'm Victoria stan, so I had bias. Yeah. But I did like their dynamic, and I liked that they didn't fully make them become full enemies,
mortal enemies.
Yeah, they like Davy, like you said, Davy's growth. Like she owned up to a lot of shit. She stopped overreacting. Like she would react, I think, in a natural way, but I don't think she like held grudges the way she used to. She wasn't out to get everyone the whole time. Like she truly was a lot more mature, but still a high schooler.
Yeah,
which is I think on teen shows, People love to fucking hate characters that fuck up.
They're in high
Especially
school.
girlies.
Shut the fuck up.
They're in high school. Like, I feel like on shows like Sex Education, or I'm sure there's plenty of other examples, but I'm like, and also it's boring when the character's perfect too.
Why would we be watching if there's no like conflict? Also, it's really realistic for high schoolers to like. I mean, they're growing. Mm-hmm. They're little.
You have to learn.
They're babies.
You have to fuck up and then learn.
Yeah, especially when you go through what Davy went through.
Yeah, my girlie's in therapy, and another character is her therapist. I think Dr. Ryan. Is that her? I feel like that's someone in the show. Niecy Nash, baby. Icon. I teared up. I think the first time I teared up toward the end was their last scene when she like hugged her and thanked her and broke a vase. That was beautiful.
Everyone needs a therapist like her. Like,
that's what I'm saying. When I'm like anxious, I was anxious watching the show. I said, well, maybe if I had her.
Yeah. And it kind of made me want a therapist.
No, I was like I said, I was having kind of like a bad mental health day that day. And I was like, if I could just guarantee that I could have someone like that to talk to.
Nash.
If I could have Niecy Nash herself. Niecy Nash, if you're listening, I'm looking for a therapist.
Come on, girl.
So true.
Yeah, that scene was really well done.
Yeah. And
and their whole relationship.
Yeah. And like it's really cool showing a character that's regularly in therapy, even like after she's you never get over the death of a parent, but after she's kind of out of that initial grieving process, she still goes. Yeah. And it shows that you can still you've plenty to work on.
You always have something to work on. Mm-hmm. So beautiful.
Love.
No notes. No notes. Literally just beautiful.
Something I do have notes on is I think we kind of talked about this on the Ted Lasso podcast, is sometimes you just don't have enough time to do everything, especially with an ensemble. Yeah. But I feel like there were a few characters that I wish we saw more of.
30-minute episodes, right?
Yeah, about 30. And only 10 episodes. Yeah. We've only got 4 seasons.
And so many characters.
Yeah. And I don't think the show necessarily needed to go on. Really, I mean, it could have definitely gone on longer. I think, sure. But I don't feel like it, like I'm...
Yeah.
Like, it needs to.
I felt good with the ending.
Yeah. Which, again, we'll talk about.
Yeah, I felt really good with the ending.
You felt really good. I felt so
I felt kind of good.
I don't know what I felt.
Ending.
No. We'll talk. We'll grab that. But I feel like we didn't get enough of...
Kamala.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. Kamala. Yeah. And I thought it was fun that she had like a silly little storyline trying to take down Jeff Garlin, which, by the way, what the fuck was he doing there?
What the fuck was that?
We can only assume that they filmed this a while ago.
Yeah. He was just there making us uncomfortable.
Yeah, we were like I feel like a year ago I would have been like, oh my god, I mean, I kind of was. I was like, Uncle Kelmo. Shakira. But now I'm like, it's Shakira is here. Patti got married to Shakira.
Oh my god, that would have been beautiful.
That would have been amazing. And then she could have done a little dance with them too. Her hips wouldn't have lied.
Yes, Shakira comes on.
But yeah, I feel like, again, I think it probably came down to timing and everything with what they all had to fit in. But yeah, I'm bummed that we didn't get more Kamala. I'm bummed
in her life. Like I want more of her life.
Like she was so ingrained in the family, which is fair, and she was struggling with the idea of moving away. But I would have loved to have seen my man Manish more. I said before the season started, I said, I don't care who Davy picks as long as I get Kamala and Manish. And they were endgame. And he showed up.
But he showed up for 2 seconds. He got that bag.
And he looked great. He got that bag. He got that coin. He got that Mindy Kaling connection for life. But yeah, I wish there was more of them. And I wish... And I can only assume that there was a reason. And I tried to figure out the reason, but I didn't find anything when I was looking the other day.
Oh, my girl.
Anissa.
My girl.
Anissa said one thing and left and served every time.
I love Anissa so much.
Me too. And I honestly wish they did more with her, not even in just this season. Like, they brought her in season 2, obviously, as, I think, twofold, to be a force that got between Ben and Davy, but also to give... And it was a rivalry at first, but to have Davy have another Indian American friend. Yeah. And she also, I was reminded of this, had a interesting storyline about having anorexia, and then season 3, realizing she's bi or gay, like so many things. But then nothing.
I know. Nothing. Can I just say, I really wanted Anissa and Fab to be together because, like, we know both of them. They were cute, like they were pulling me, and then they just like broke it up. Like fair, but like it would have been so much nicer to have that as a character we barely know.
Yeah, and that was another one of the things I was bummed about. Like, I feel like Fab had a pretty decent arc this season, and we can talk more about like the college stuff, but a show that does focus a lot about relationships and focuses on honestly every other character's relationships, they put hers to the back burner. Like, her partner you only saw once or twice.
And we know nothing about them.
Yeah, and like we love them.
Oh, we love them.
They also come in and serve cunt.
Yeah.
But like, I would have loved more, and I'm sure again, maybe if we had another season, we would have gotten more. Or maybe then I don't know. I think with Anissa stuff, maybe that the actress was busy, because I can't see why they wouldn't have included her in more of the group scenes at least.
She's literally in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Total.
It's crazy. And I love her. And I love the actress, my girl Megan. Sorry, Megan, stick together, baby. But yeah, there was definitely, I think I'm not upset about the things they did. I'm just upset that they didn't do more with other things.
Yeah.
Basically.
I agree.
But I liked Eleanor, and I liked Fab. They both had good stuff. I feel like Eleanor and Trent, obviously, we've kind of already hinted that. I do enjoy. Yeah. They're on the TV. If you're listening, we have a picture of the big three.
Thank God.
Yeah.
For the amount of times they fall in and out of friendship, but
they always come back.
It's so good.
And it doesn't never last long, which is good. We need a consistent female friendship. Especially when a big marketing point of the show, like, I think the show is so much more than the love triangle.
Yeah, it has a lot more.
So much more. Like, I was, like, enjoying the show. I was, like, with everything going on with the love triangle, as it ebbed and it flowed, like, sometimes I think I was, when it was more Paxton or if it was more Ben, no matter what, I was still enjoying the other pieces more.
Mm-hmm. I liked, like, they have the love, but, like, I liked the characters alone in general and their relationships with literally everyone. Like, I just liked them in scenes together, like, no matter what they were doing. Like, I mean, like, Paxton taking Ben to the hospital.
Oh, see, and, that was like, also something we were robbed of. More of the two of them, I feel like would have been great, too.
Yeah.
I honestly, as a note for the whole show, and honestly most shows, is when you have an ensemble, mix it up more. Like the Paxton and Fab scene in season 3 so good. So honestly, Paxton should have interacted with more of them more. Like he had little moments with Trent and Eleanor in season 3 when they were a couple. Like, I feel like all shows in general, like, mix up your dynamics more. Like, I live for that shit. Like, when you have characters that never speak and then they have, like, a whole episode together, like, I live for that shit.
Trent in one episode, I forget what season, but probably one, but goes, Eleanor, bring your friend, bring your robot. I just loved when all of them were talking.
Yeah. It's also, what was there's another one. This season, Trent and Ben.
Yes,
I loved that.
Getting high together.
So funny. Fucking just give
Big
Ben a
gross
friend.
Getting high.
Thank God.
That little ball of
he's just like me
anxiety.
For real. God,
he's just like me for real.
He should have had a friend. Like, I was thinking about this. Like,
no friends.
He was friends with Davy and Eleanor and Fab, but like he should have gotten his own friend. Like, they should have.
When he tries to be friends with like he tries to talk to Paxton and Trent like once, and he's like not.
My poor guy.
He has nothing.
Honestly, they should have brought in, maybe not like exactly what had happened, but like they brought in like multiple love interests for different characters. He had multiple love interests, but like they couldn't have dedicated maybe one of those storylines to a friend.
Yeah.
Male or female. Like, who cares?
Yeah. Just bring a friend.
Give Ben a friend 2023. Yeah. I'll be his friend.
Give Ben a friend.
What else can I say? Oh yeah, I loved Eleanor's storyline with. I feel like they tied up a lot of like loose ends that I didn't even think about, like her mom coming back for a scene, and she was pursuing Eleanor was pursuing acting. She graduated early to pursue acting, and then found her mom. And in addition, they're both going out for like these extra like minimal roles that they're competing for one line. And I think it was really cool to see her gain understanding for her mom and realizing that life's fucking hard, especially for an actor. But also it didn't like perfectly, like they didn't run into each other's arms, but I think it showed improvement and growth for both of them there. And then she also realized that acting isn't everything, and to go be with your friends and go be with her mom should have done for her, like be with your child. That, and she was also like, and you know what, fuck it, I'll make my own stuff. Yeah, she is directing now, and Trent also found his passion for explosives. Yes, we love Trent and all his passion. Yeah, special effects, baby. And explosions. And weed. The big three, baby. So yeah, I really liked Eleanor's stuff this season, and I liked Fab too. What did you think about the Princeton drama?
Drama. Like, I don't know. I feel like we could have. I get why they did it. It made like some kind of conflict, but I feel like we could have had something else instead of that. But because in the end, Fab doesn't even go there, and then Davy gets in.
No, it was
like
funny.
When we realized
it was so funny when Davy was waitlisted, and then Fab got in, and then it was like the robotics thing, and then she was like, "Oh my god, everyone quiet! That's the head of robotics from Brown." And then both of us went, I see the vision. I know exactly. I just watched the whole rest of the season play out.
Yeah.
And like, it's good. Like, and everything worked out for the best. But yeah, it did feel like it focused like a chunk of the season on pushing them away a little bit. Yeah,
having one last conflict with them.
Yeah. Which again, it told the story. Yeah. But I don't know. We could have, again, gotten more of maybe Fab and her relationship. I don't know. I feel like there's things they could have maybe done, I don't know, differently. Yeah. Or more Kamala in there too.
I like the New York episode.
Yes.
That episode was fun. Yeah. I love when bitches leave.
I know. I love when they go on a little trip. They go on a little excursion. One of my favorite episodes this season was the Paxton-centric episode.
Yes.
Gigi Hadid back at it again. We love it, Gigi. We're like, is that Gigi?
I love her being the voice. It's so perfect.
I know. Another thing I would have loved, though, it would have been another Andy Samberg one, but I feel like if you look at seasons 1 through 4, they probably evened out.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there was probably one season where they didn't have Paxton, but they had Ben's episode. Yeah. But I think Paxton needed it because my man went off to college, dropped out, and then became the assistant swim coach. But then he learned his passion for coaching, and the dynamic between him and Eric were in that episode slayed.
Yeah.
I loved that.
It shows how sweet Paxton is.
Mm-hmm. And how much he's grown, like, as a character. Yeah. All the characters have had chef's kiss character development. Yeah, I adored that. And I adored the growth from Paxton, getting insight into him. He found his passion. He found his passion.
Helping others.
Wow.
Paxton's helping others.
Wow, what a man. Get you a man who helps others.
Get you a man who bullies you.
Get you a man who calls you David and an unfuckable nerd.
Hold on, but I'm so happy they continued some banter for them. Yeah. Because, I don't know, like, they've always had that. They've known each other. Ben and Davy have known each other since they were little, and they have always been, like, and they kept it up instead of it just being, like, I love you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to make a little note to see if I had anything I wanted to talk about, because I feel like we might as well just start brawling.
Oh, no, we're going to fight. I'm not even that passionate. I'm Team Ethan.
No, so actually, let's talk about that. Just kidding. I'm Team Ethan, like we said, he had some riz for his 2 episodes.
You did it.
Wait. Is Davy sexy?
Is Davy sexy?
Sometimes the dialogue on the show hits, and sometimes I'm like, what are they doing? Like, college is amazing, bro.
He had that riz.
All right, so long story fucking short.
Megan's pissed.
She picks
Ben.
So congratulations to Team Ben. I respect it.
Benvi.
And here's the thing. 2 things.
It's different to Benvi.
Whoa.
Pull up the fan cam.
Okay, listen, any fan cam could really pull me. So I'm open to being pulled in a different direction. The thing is, I, in one arena, knew that this was going to happen before I watched the show, because I feel like people were talking about this. I said I have 2 points. I have like 17. For a million reasons, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
A, because I feel like social media, that was where people were leaning. B, Mindy Kaling.
Yes.
Just
white man.
Mindy Kaling is always at the scene of the crime for an Indian woman and a usually Jewish man.
Jewish man.
Nice. And she flat out in an interview was like, Team Ben. I'm like,
yeah, that was so funny.
Even if it's true, don't say that until the show is over. She said that like 2 years ago.
Creator of the show.
And like, I could have told you that, but I was like, she should have told me that.
Wait, did you see how do you Davy
Maitri
Maitri was saying Team Ben and Team...
In different interviews.
Yeah, Paxton. That's so funny. That's art.
But she's right for that.
She's so funny.
She's
my
right
idol. She's so serious. It's like so good that you believe it, and then you just see another interview and she's like, I'm Team...
Yeah, she switches. I gotta hand it to her.
She's
we love that
so good. Sorry.
But yeah, I'm not surprised. And unfortunately, I found out moments before we started the season. And you want to know how?
What did you see?
The same day that Never Have I Ever came out, one of the new episodes of iCarly came out.
Oh my god.
And it was the Creddy episode.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I was like, okay, well, I want to know what happened. So I typed in Creddy on Tumblr. I was like, let me look at some GIFs. There's a text post. And it goes, I can't believe I got Creddy Endgame and benvi Endgame in the same day.
I can't believe that.
And I hadn't seen a thing all day. I didn't go on Twitter, and on my Tumblr, I haven't interacted with Never Have I Ever things in a while, so I wasn't really seeing much. So I was like, I'm safe. And what did I think? I was going to go to the iCarly portion of Tumblr, find out.
The fucking Creddy tag on...
I learned from that.
Megan, that's actually embarrassing.
I was like, when I found out, I'm like, I want to tell you so bad, but I didn't want to tell you, and I didn't want to tell you why yet, because it was so insane.
That's not what I thought.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to happen either. It was a bummer.
Yeah.
Even if I found out that she picked Paxton, I think I would have been bummed, because it's not fun going into something knowing.
Yeah.
Even if you suspect it. I wasn't shocked even when I found out on accident.
I kind of figured that it would be.
I figured it would be Ben before I even was committed to one. And honestly, this is what I wanted to also bring up is you watched the show before me and we binged.
Yes, I did.
We watched
2020, baby.
Yes. And then last summer we watched seasons 1 and 2 together and then watched 3 together. We actually went to the premiere.
Yeah, we actually went to the premiere.
And my close personal friends, Richa and Porna, were there. And I talked to them. But that's besides the point. Anyway.
Yeah. We got
We
got these god-awful shirts.
Where? God, I haven't worn mine in a minute.
That you sleep in.
I sleep in it, but I haven't been sleeping in it.
I burned it.
Wow. A Plowed by Paxton. Yeah. Plowed by Paxton shirts. I treasure.
That's funny.
But it's honestly out of character for me to not be Team Ben because they have all the qualities I like in a nice little ship. I ship Mindy and Danny on the Mindy project. I ship Eric and Bella. My girl. Yeah. Her name left me.
You forgot Bella.
She's my best. I'll defend her. We'll get to that on a different podcast.
I'm good.
The formula works. But I think going into the show, I was like, oh, well, everyone's telling me I have to be Team Ben. And so I go into the show and it's like reverse psychology. So I somehow become Team Paxton.
Paxton.
But I really like Paxton. And I still feel passionate.
How did you feel when Davey went, guess we're friends?
I wanted to end my life.
I said.
Well, the thing was, I don't know the best way to do. Talked about this before. I don't love triangles because either they make you hate one and it's pointless because you're like, oh, I know she's gonna end up with, or you do end up liking both of them in the more rare sense of it, and then one of them's gonna be sad. You don't get one. Yeah, so one of them's gonna be sad.
But about is you late nights in the
it's triggering for you. Yeah, Ben and Davey never had anything like that.
But then Ben came through the window that was funny.
Sacrilegious.
That was so funny.
I said, what the fuck?
Why'd Paxton do this?
I
said, that's Ben coded.
It was pretty funny, but I said, whoa. I was losing my train of thought. That bummed me out because I get what they did and I understand it, especially if it was the other way around. They gave him a love interest that we liked. What was her name? Lindsay?
Yeah, I think.
Love her.
Yeah. And
I think that's good when you set the other part of the love triangle up for happiness, without
the he's not
I think that's good, but it's also just, and a part of me obviously knew what I knew, but it was hard watching the last season because when they're like, oh, we're still gonna have the love triangle.
Kissed.
Yeah, and the kiss too, and they're give you one little thing. which is,
There's
again,
only
good.
One closet.
You get something. Like, at least we got something. I got a crumb.
You got a little crumb.
But it's hard when you're, like, watching a season where you're like, who's she gonna end up with? Who's she gonna end up with? And it's very clear who she ends up with. Yeah. And I don't think that leading them both on to the last minute would have been better. I don't know what the answer is, but I feel like that's what bummed me out. As I was like, they didn't have, like, many scenes. And then when they did, they barely talked to each other. And then they had that one scene that I thought was really cute, but then it's cut short, and then they're like, no vibes between us. And then he's like, you have vibes with Ben still. And I said, shut up, you're not supposed to be mature about this.
He's like, that's my best friend.
He was like, yeah, go date Ben. I'm like, I guess. And then, like, he comes with the date to her their grandmother's wedding, and she's like, you know what, you're a good boyfriend, but you're an even better friend. And I'm like, I'm gonna throw up.
I was like,
it's just like, I feel like it is, in a way, really good that it wraps them up.
Yeah.
It gives them a happy ending, like, they'll still be friends. But, like, as a Team Paxton, I really got to ride or die for my Team Daxton girlies. I got to stand up for them. I got to say it because no one else will. I feel like it's just, like, damn, because it kind of, like, it doesn't erase the importance in each other's lives. They did a really good job of doing that in season 3 finale.
They grew so much together.
Yeah, they both made each other better. Exactly. Which is, I think, one of my points of why I liked them. Is I feel like they had great development as individuals. And being together. Like, he said, I can't date you until you like yourself. And I loved that.
Like yourself,
he said,
bitch.
And then
you stupid bitch.
He's constantly like, Davey, you're too good for me. You're amazing. I love you, blah, blah, blah. He didn't say I love you.
And he's a loser. He's a pathetic loser.
And he's a pathetic loser that goes back to high school. But my point is, I did feel a little bummed that they just kind of wrote them off as like, you know what, they were fine, but I guess you're a better friend. I'm like, no,
you're a better
friend. So much more than that, but it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, how are you feeling?
As a team Ben, I feel like Ben right now. As a team Ben,
preparing a speech.
I don't even know. Because, okay, so I watched the show in 2020 from the beginning. I said, haha, this silly little show. And then I was like, this is the best show ever. After I watched it, I didn't expect much out of it, to be honest. And I was team Benny because I'm a big... I'm a big enemies to lovers bitch. And like they're like frenemies to lovers pretty much because they're like friends, like, and they grew up together. And then there was like, I liked Paxton. I think season 2 Paxton. I was like, hold on, this is pretty good. But also my Benny has the saddest eyes in the world. And he's so pathetic and he has no friends. He only has Davy.
Yeah.
Like, that's his friend. And he's always like there in the like biggest, like, when they're spreading Davy's dad's ashes.
In season 1.
That scene, like, what really got me. That like pulled. I think that was like when I was like, and then again when Paxton and Davy were at the dance together, and he's so sad.
And Eleanor's like, it was you, dude. Like, it wasn't always Paxton, it was you. And he's like,
and then Davy in the bathroom crying. Ben like said like some really nice stuff, but also was still doing the banter because you know what? That's love. You gotta have some banter in your life, people.
I agree.
And also, what from this? Oh wait, what was when he punched that person?
Yeah.
And then he got hit back.
Yeah.
Ben just he's just a little when her mom was like I thought he was one of your dolls.
So funny. That's a top 10 moment of the whole show.
Little Ben.
Like, Davy's like, oh my god, don't get mad. We're like fully clothed.
And they don't care at all.
Ben's here. I thought he was one of your dolls.
So
that's also us coded. Oh, that's your phone? I thought it was a crumb. Like, so funny.
So funny.
All the pieces, I don't mean to interrupt you, but all the pieces are there for me to also be Team Ben. But for whatever reason, something's missing, and Paxton has whatever that missing piece is for me. I don't know what it is. Like, you can't choose who you love, and you can't choose who you ship. Like, at the end of the day, like, sometimes you just ship people, and sometimes you don't.
You feel...
And not that I don't ship Ben and Davy, I just ship Paxton and Davy more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I am. Only Ben more.
Right.
Like, the scenes that we did get with Paxton and Davy, I liked. And I also like Paxton as a character. Yeah. Like he could have so easily just been like a bitch ass, and he's actually like a nice, complicated character. Who
they all are. I just realized we didn't see Paxton's sister this season, which I really loved.
Which is a loss.
Yeah,
I liked their dynamic,
and I liked her dynamic with Davy in the little moments they had too.
Yeah, we need another season.
We're gonna need a little bit more Mindy Kaling.
They do it again. They do this. I'm like, oh my god. But Paxton, he's back. He's back again.
Like, he comes to the colleges.
I'm like, oh my god.
He's like, I'm the swim coach at Princeton. Yo, Princeton's amazing, bro.
Oh yeah, Princeton's amazing, bro.
I did really like Davy and Ben's last scene together, even if I was rooting against it.
Yeah.
Them riding, I saw the parallel of them on the bike or the scooter and her parents on the
That was cute.
All fucked up. And then I thought something that I meant to mention earlier, which was I feel like a lot of characters, especially like Mindy Kaling characters, even though I'm sure it's realistic for people in like the Indian characters trying to deny, like push away like their faith. Yeah. But Davy like finally embraced it at the end. And then Ben was like, "Oh, let me learn how to like help you get dressed." Like there was like a cute little moment too with him embracing it. Yeah. As well, which I really liked.
That's cute.
So cute. Like they also had a moment like I got chills a little bit. Like it was so sweet.
They're both in the same area.
Yeah, worked out, I guess.
Cool.
None of them chose a college for each other, but they can still make it work, and we love that.
Yeah.
Did you see that they filmed an alternate ending?
Yes! I was like, where is this? Were they both lawyers?
Yeah, but honestly, and I have a biased reason why, I'm glad they didn't do that. Yeah. Because
you can hold on to hope.
Yeah.
God.
But I feel like it's better anyway for no matter, because if it was the reverse, I think it was, when you have a show that is so grounded in a love triangle, like, I don't know, like the Vampire Diaries maybe, like there was a clear winner in the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, fuck that.
Rip Stefan.
Stefan's like evil.
But with this show, she ends up with someone, which is great because you can be a strong, independent woman and be in love. And
you can't.
And you can still be Team Davy and still think, like she can be a strong, independent woman.
That she could be with Ethan,
Yeah. Bad boy Ethan. But I like that she chose. Like I would have been honestly more pissed if she picked neither of them.
No, And
that annoying. But the thing is, I feel like if she had like not ended up with either one of them, and then later in the future, like definitively ended up with whoever, be it Paxton or Ben, then that's more definitive than going off to college with a boyfriend. Because you can, if you're a Paxton person, you can go, okay, well maybe down the line they'll find each other. But if you're a Ben person, you can be like, oh, they're endgame, and maybe they'll come and go. But in the show, they were endgame, so you can kind of have a little winning moment.
You have a little bit of both.
And like that's what fanfiction's
for. That's what fanfiction's about.
Long live, laugh, love, archive of our own. Something that bummed me out though about the Paxton storyline, he didn't even kiss his love interest. Like what the fuck is that?
I know. They could have done so much more with their chemistry.
Yeah, like it was there, but there's not enough of it.
That's another thing with Ben and Davy. Their chemistry, just on and off screen, is like so is Paxton's. Yeah. But like I think they're probably a bit closer because of the age. Like they're friends, and I just can feel their freaking chemistry.
Yeah. That's what's so fucking hard, is when there's a show with two really great love interests, and you're like, oh, but this, but the other one. It's like, Paxton and Davy will always have heat waves and fire for you.
Yeah, they got two
songs.
As
if you could hurt me, and then you get hit by a car. Life-changing.
Ben got like no songs except for the last one, Fade Into You, was pretty good. But
that's honestly, if we did like a PowerPoint of like, okay, here's my points for Paxton, your points for Ben. Like, one of my biggest points would be the musical moments.
Yeah, I wrote down Paxton scenes had better music, but Ben had the sadder eyes.
Amen. You can't argue with that sound logic.
Had the like longing eyes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah. But you're right. No, they always wrote, I think, Ben and Davy stronger in certain ways. I will say another win for Paxton is if she ended up with Ben, but we got at least a few episodes of them dating, which Ben
they were dating.
Well, I mean, there was the part where she was dating both of them, but then when she had a few episodes where she was like just dating
with Paxton.
And they were together for like 6 months because didn't it like jump over the summer? Or maybe not. No, they jumped after that. Either way, like there's pros and everyone got something.
Yeah, but then we get nothing with Ben and Davy actually dating.
Right. So you gotta take.
And they're just on the bed eating popcorn. They're talking and laughing.
But they also they got together. Paxton and Davy. Not that sex is everything, but like that they were like she made the goal.
Oh yeah.
She made the goal. She wrote it in her notebook, and it never happened. It's like fine.
One free boink.
She got one free boink with Ben. Nothing with Paxton.
That's so.
It's fine.
What? Why'd she get one free boink? Why Ben write that?
Because it's never ever and they're allowed. No other show's allowed to say boink.
And to seriously take it and then go with a boink.
And they did.
And they boinked.
On that note, I feel like we talked about everything I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I think everything else I can cover in the
highs and lows.
The epic highs and lows.
Never have I ever. Brie, who would you say your favorite Never Have I Ever character is, and who's your least favorite?
My favorite character is Davy and Davy's mom.
I agree.
Those are my top two, and Trent. But
Trent. This goes without saying.
Trent's just iconic.
Yeah.
But those two, I just like.
I agree. I would
them.
echo. Yeah, Davy, Nalini, and I gotta give it up for Paxton. I gotta commit.
I gotta pour one out for
I gotta
Paxton.
commit. No one needs to say anything because Ben won. I have to stand up. I do love Ben, and I love the actors that play all of them too.
All of them. That's my family.
Yeah. Season 5.
Okay, fine. Season 5.
What about least favorites?
I literally said, no one. This is my family, ? Maybe Lynn. Just because it's...
Yeah, okay, yes. I was honestly struggling, but fuck Lynn. Who cares?
Lynn, he's just so random.
And I guess, I don't know, there's characters that fuck up, but really fucked up. You know who really lost was Dez's mom in season 3. She lost out on being best friends.
Yeah, she was pretty bad.
And being rude to Davy for having very real mental health struggles, and that's valid.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a perfect little bitch.
All the main characters are good.
Yeah, I love them all.
I love them all.
And I'm glad they're all happy. Okay, we'll talk about this. Favorite scenes.
Okay.
I was just about to say I thought it was really fun that they did Never Have I Ever at the end.
Yes.
They were playing at the wedding.
Kind of...
I see what they did there.
I see what they
did
there. Oh no.
What else?
I should have thought about this Paxton taking Ben to the hospital for his ulcer. I liked the whole Model United Nations episode.
Yeah.
I liked Fab coming out to her mom scene. Really good. I've liked so many
glad you did it. You did
I did. So
I wrote...
I don't know everything. I said...
Yeah, everything. Trent strutting down the hallway.
Yes.
The theater scene with him and Eleanor. Good. Amazing. The corn scene.
The corn scene's so funny.
I like... One of my favorite Davy and Paxton scenes, I remember this really pulling me, even though it was like post everything, was... when she's dating Des and she goes up into her room and is crying and he comes to comfort her. Like, that scene felt like one of the most, like, palpable, like, Davy and Paxton, like, chemistry scenes. I'm like, they're gonna get back together.
Yeah.
They're endgame. But I also really liked their moment at graduation when he gave the speech about her and then she thanked him for helping her get over her dad. I like both of those. I feel like there's so many I'm missing. Like, I feel like I need to rewatch the show because I remember cracking up through everything.
Yeah. Between, like, every character... like different characters, there's like 1,000 scenes that I like. I just can't
just like one-liners
all
too.
Of them. Yeah,
so good. Least favorite scene, I don't like when she fights with her mom.
I don't like. I mean, it was good to have. I don't like the Davy and Anissa whole thing, like
the anorexia thing.
Yeah, in terms of like how awful it was.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That's why she left her old school.
Yeah, and then Anissa's like crying and like, I don't know, that was like brutal. Like, I think the end of season 2, like, or around season 2, like, there's just a few things, and then her, like, everything, I don't know. It was a really bad, hard, rough time for Devi. Like, it was like her mom was dating someone, and then Devi, like, sneaks and it falls into her phone falls into the hot tub, something. All those, there's just like there's a span of time, because I remember when we were rewatching, I was like, oh my God, so many things are going to happen that make people, like, the reason people hate on Devi. But, like, in the end,
yeah, she learns from
it, and Anissa and her are friends, besties, and I like that they showed them in the graduation, like, they're right next to each other. Even though she was in 3 minutes, they at least showed that, like, and she was there when she got into Princeton.
Yeah. So she's also at the wedding, which I like.
It shows that they're besties.
Yeah. I really like. Yeah, that's a gripe. I wish we saw more of her at the end, but I guarantee she had to have been filming something.
She's booked and busy, which I'll take because I love her.
Slay. Can't wait. I feel like we covered a lot of them. It's hard to pinpoint. Like I said, some of them are just such tiny moments that I think are so funny. Oh, one of those tiny moments was in the Paxton episode when he takes off his shirt and Eric is like, who is that for? And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, the show is so self-aware. Like, they play off of their own jokes. Like, I love that shit. That was so fun. Who was that for?
Who was that for?
There's also one where, like, was it Davy and Ben when he's like, are you gonna hit me? And it pans over and her hand is like raised. The two of them. Yeah, stuff like that. Like, just the simple comedy of the show, it nails, which I love. And I think Mindy and Kaling does it a lot in The Mindy Project and Sex Lives of College Girls. God, one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
And then, would you recommend this show?
Yes.
To others? Me too.
Like, I don't care how old you are.
Yeah.
It's like a good time. And I don't know. You can still learn stuff from it. It's just like it is like a cheesier show, or it's like one of those, but like it's really well done. Like, and they say a lot of dialogue that you would be like, the fuck, but like you don't even notice how like weird it is because the delivery of everyone is so good.
Yeah,
and it's like honestly funny. Like, I laugh, and then like the sad moments are like sad. Like, such a good show. Yeah,
I 100% agree. It's so funny. I saw a clip today of like, I think it's Maitrey and Lee Rodriguez talking about how they'll have people tell them how important the show is to them, even though they're like 30, because they didn't have shows like this when they were younger, whether it's for like the, like, just diversity in general. Like, it's a very diverse show. Like, you don't see that a lot. And I think people have different opinions on some of that representation. I think Mindy Kaling kind of gets criticism that I can't speak on because I'm a little white girl. Which is okay, but I'm sure all that's valid, but it is cool to see Asian characters in media of like different kinds, especially ones that are a little like complex, like Davy. Like, her life isn't together, and she does kind of like try to reject her identity, but then she does embrace it, which is really cool to see.
And they do a good job of showing you all like the traditions and everything. Like, they really keep that in the show, which like I learned a lot from, and it's nice to see a different story than a little white family.
100%. And I love her family. Like, that's one of the best parts of the show is the family, her mom and her cousin and Patty. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most unserious.
I don't know.
I feel like this is like a 7 or an 8. It's pretty unserious.
I was gonna say an 8.
Okay, I think maybe we'll do 7.5 because they do a lot of stuff, like we said, with like their religion, but also grief is a huge part, and mental health.
Yeah, like everything they do that's like about grief or about something serious, it is like serious. But they also work in the comedy everywhere, but at the same time you're seeing a bunch of serious things. So I don't know. It can be serious at times, especially with her dad scenes. Like, those make me cry. Like, anything with her dad.
Oh, her dad.
Makes
honorable mention.
Yeah, wait, we didn't even mention her dad, but Those scenes make me so sad.
She was like yelling at him. She's like, "You're not even here," when she's trying to pack. Oh, that honestly, the college stuff was really getting me.
God.
It's stressful applying for college, and I'm so far away from it now, but it's still giving me anxiety on top of the anxiety I was having that day. And then like the stress of leaving, like she was not ready to pack, and I was like, I feel that.
Yeah.
Like her leaving her mom, like that really hit home too.
Mm-hmm.
I love my mom.
Yeah.
And then her dad, God.
So
A DILF. I'm thinking about the Try Guys. Try Guys did a DILF ranking. He was on the list.
He was on the list.
As he should be. But yeah, there's only one thing left to do then. What would we say, 8? I feel good about 8.
Wait, what? Oh.
Serious. Okay, backwards.
Yeah. 8.
But now there's only one thing left to do, which is game night with Megan and Bree.
You're gonna have to take that through recordings.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna go in a little booth. All right, so we're gonna play a quick little game of You'll Never Guess. Never have I ever.
Never have I ever.
I'm really interested to see what you've come up with from Southern Living. I should have gone on Reddit. I thought about going on Reddit.
Southern Living.
But I also didn't want this to be too crazy.
I know.
I just want to be silly.
Never have I ever gives me anxiety.
Me too. That's why I want this to be like nice and relaxed and fun. And also, we could have made this a drinking game, but we're still recovering.
Well, we're not ready for that. Me with this mic and alcohol, they just can't be together right now.
No, they're gonna need some time apart.
They need to be separate.
Yeah, we're gonna have to learn and grow.
I have to not. But yeah.
Okay. So we're just gonna we're not really gonna play in the traditional sense where I'll say something I've never done and we'll see if Bree's done it. I think we're just gonna do it like a conversation icebreaker type of game.
Yeah, I've done most of mine.
Oh.
I think. Not all of mine.
All right, we'll see. I feel like we might have the same ones because I feel like we're probably looking at like similar lists or something. I'm gonna have to make something up.
I didn't even take all of them from a list. Well, I took some of them, but some of them it was just very specific.
Okay, good.
Which is goofy.
Okay, never have I ever thought college was amazing, bro. Is that yours? No, it should be. Never have I ever thought a coyote was my dad.
Oh my god, that's...
Never have I ever wanted to punch Mindy Kaling in the face.
Oh my god.
Respectfully. She's really tugged on my heartstrings with the Mindy Project, with all her shows.
Yeah, as they do.
Respectfully. She's also...
Respectfully?
One of my idols.
She's one of my idols.
But she's Team Ben, just go for that.
Team Ben. Me and Mindy like Team Ben.
And now we're best friends.
Now we're best.
But she's my best friend.
She's my best friend.
Okay, you want to go first?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Never have I ever had an ulcer like Ben, which I had.
I've never, but I've thought that I might have. But I don't think, not yet. Not off the table, for sure. I think one might be forming right now. I've been pretty stressed for no reason.
Literally. Mine was from stress, which is crazy that can happen. Yeah. God bless.
I've known other people that's happened to. I'm like, I'm next. It's only a matter of time.
Can't get too stressed. Mm-hmm. You'll die. No, you won't.
Yeah, or you'll die.
Just get an ulcer.
Yeah. It's fine. But yeah, I've never.
That's good. I hope you never would have one.
Me too. I don't want to.
Let's meditate.
That. Okay. Honestly, let's do it. Never have I ever gotten into a physical fight.
Oh my god.
I've never.
I don't think.
I feel like I've probably pushed my sister around.
I stage fight Ava.
True, stage fighting.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely... Maybe with my siblings.
That's what I'm thinking.
I've hit them a few times.
I definitely get aggressive.
When I was younger.
Sarah activated my fight or flight.
Yeah. Siblings do that.
Activated my fight or fight.
Yeah, I'm like, shut the... And I'm the youngest. I'm like... You gotta fight for yourself.
I'm the oldest.
When you're a baby.
Let me take her down. I feel like punching someone would be liberating, but then you hear that like actually punching someone like would break your entire arm, like your hand.
Yeah, I don't want to fight someone.
Maybe I'm
only
just
Julia
feeling like I need to be in a rage room, like
I want to smash stuff.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I think that would be really good for me now.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Brace yourself. Gotten seriously hungover.
Brace yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had never been hungover. I think there were 2 occasions before.
Yeah.
The Maisel incident of 2023. where after Biden got elected, I like died the next day, but not in like a way I thought would be what a hangover is. And I don't, still to this day, now that I've truly been hungover, don't know what that was because I like was passed out. And then I was hungover after my work event because I was day drinking. I was hungover that night. Yeah. And then I was hungover after our podcast for like 2 days. Yeah, I think that's probably the most serious I've ever been hungover. I've been like tired, but like I haven't felt like the cliche of feeling like I need to wear sunglasses. Yeah. Like hungover from our freaking podcast. Yeah. So honestly, I'm impressed that I wasn't worse than I was. Yeah. Like we looked pretty good when we went to the top. We were pretty up there. I got through the day. Yeah. Sponsored by Taco Bell Breakfast. Taco Bell Breakfast. Live Moss, baby. Never have I ever seen a ghost. I saw that one. Or like thought like something was haunted. I feel like I had have I? I feel like there was a time when I was younger when I thought, but you know what? I could have just been, I don't know, I was younger, so my imagination was wild, but I thought I saw one in my basement. I believe you. I keep seeing like shit out of the corner of my eye, like here. Yeah, it's kind of creepy. And I think Roscoe was definitely, maybe. I thought that everywhere we've lived has been haunted. Yeah, and that might just be like a fun little thing I like to do, but I'm convinced. I think my house back home is haunted too. I 100% believe in something, spirits. My parents are like, our house can't be haunted because we built this house. Like, no one's ever been here. But I'm like, you think ghosts can't just like travel? They can travel. They take a walk around the block. I'm going to plug, we're going to do a spooky month podcast and we're going to do haunting of all the hill houses. Yes. Ghosts. 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 I'm so excited. Cool. Don't get me started on spooky month. Okay. Just a little tease. Oh my god. Never have I ever cried at school. I have that one too. Really? That's funny. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I cried at school. Oh, yes. We watched Marley and Me in 6th grade. 100%. You cried. I'm sure I've cried other than that, but that's a confident one right there. I think I cried once in middle school because I felt so sick. Yeah, that's valid. And then I cried. I called my dad and was like, I don't feel good. And I was crying at lunch. Oh. When they still had Bosco sticks. Ooh. Remember those? I'm hungry. I am hungry too. I'm trying to think. I put cry at school / work, and I know you're a little remote bitch, but I cried almost at work the other day. Yeah. I almost put cried at work, and I knew you cried at work. Yeah, it just literally just happened. And I knew hot girls cry at work too. I've cried at work. Yeah, I've cried at home too. At home. Yeah. I've cried about other things during work. Yeah. That's what I do. I like get really emotional. I think at 2 p.m. usually, most days, I get really emotional for no reason. I get really sleepy. Sets me. Yeah, I get sleepy or like freaking emo. And like if I see like anything, I get like I start crying like a little. It's kind of weird. It's a certain kind of weird. It's the time of day and the. Okay, how many have I done? I want to do good ones. You just did your third. Never have I ever started a fire. I feel like you're coming with really creative ones. I'm just gonna be unhinged. Started a fire. Yeah, I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't think I have. I don't think I have. I was just curious. Okay, well, let's do a second one then. Have you ever fainted? No. Wait. I haven't either. No, I haven't. These are like little things that you just like, things happen to people and it's never happened to you. And like, you never know if someone, but I haven't, I don't think. Mm-hmm. Not that I remember. Okay. Never have I ever been bullied. That's a really good one to talk about. I don't think I've ever been bullied in the traditional sense, but people have been mean. Yeah. Like, I've probably told you this, but I was at a sleepover in middle school where 2 bitches thought I was asleep, and one I thought was genuinely my friend, one I wasn't really close with, but I don't know, didn't think she'd say anything about me. They were like making fun of me while they thought I was asleep. Fuck? Yeah, they were like making fun of my laugh and the way I said things. And it's honestly like at a sleep one of those probably defining moments that causes like the insecurity, like, shit that you're gonna deal with for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, and then you start thinking about the way you say things or the way you look or the way that you don't think about until someone points it out. Mm-hmm. And that really sucked. And it was one person who I thought was genuinely my friend, and one person who was, like, becoming really close with someone who was, like, my best friend. And I was like, well, I want to like her because my best friend likes her, so I want us all to be friends. So that way I'm not, like, I was feeling, I think, left out a little bit that year.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in school you just naturally grow apart from people when you don't have classes or you don't see them as often. So I was like, I'm feeling drifted away. And then she has another friend. And then I was like, oh, well, I'll be friends with her too. And then she was being mean. I said, she doesn't like me. But later I found out that she was trying to prevent my friend from being my friend. Like, she would talk shit about me to her, and her mom kind of mentioned that, and she mentioned that to me. She, like, told me like a bro. She was like a bro. She kind of said something about you, and maybe they shouldn't have been friends, but that's beside the point. She kind of told me, and her mom was like, yeah, that's really rude. Like, her mom was on my side, and that's all that matters.
That's really rude.
Yeah.
People
suck. Girls suck.
People do suck.
Some all girls don't suck, but girls can really suck. Because guys will say shit and then don't give a shit, which is a problem by guys
too. When I was younger.
I believe it. Because guys do suck.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, interpersonal guy relationships.
Yeah, like
I had a friend breakup where the guy was like, well, we do that shit to each other all the time. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Maybe you shouldn't be okay with that thing. But that's besides the point. Anyway, you go.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I can't point out, like, a specific... And I haven't been bullied. Like, people aren't coming up to me in the... But I've been bullied over... I've been cyberbullied.
No, really?
I don't even remember. I was really young. But it was by a boy.
Boo.
I don't even know what it was, but I remember being bullied.
Well, I'm sorry.
Made fun of.
I'm sorry.
For what?
I could listen.
For being a
I'm bullying you right now. Like, well, here's some things they could have bullied you about.
This is what they could have bullied. But also... No, I'm not going to say that.
You have to tell me later.
I don't bully.
Oh my god. I was the bully.
I don't think I was.
Never have I ever bullied.
I don't think I never like bullied, but I was like in friendships where I was on the side of
the wrong side of history.
Not the wrong side. The side that wasn't on the other side. My side wasn't wrong in any way.
Okay.
Like, you know, when you like get in a fight, or like, I think I was usually in the middle. It was never me, like being the fight. I was just like in the middle, but I'd like be more with one person, and then I'd be like, I'd let the person talk to me and say, and I'd be like, yeah, because I'm supportive. I'm a supportive friend. I'm also a bully.
You're a hype man.
I'm a hype man. I'm
not a bully. I just like everyone else.
I believe you.
No, I had situations in elementary school that I remember and that haunt me because I know that I'm not like a bad person, but I did maybe mean things when I didn't really know better.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely...
Like petty.
I'm petty. Oh, petty is a different story.
Yeah.
But, like, I was definitely could have been nicer to... Like, there are people when you will find, I think, like, that you don't relate to, that you might think are weird, and then you shouldn't be mean to those people, but...
Yeah.
And I wasn't mean. Like, I was like, you're weird. But, like, on the playground, I'd run away from them.
Megan went up to me sophomore year of high school and went, you're fucking weird.
You're watching The Vampire Diaries right now?
She went
You're watching One Tree Hill right now? Me too, but
want to go to Wilmington?
You want to go on a trip with me? We should do One Tree Hill on the podcast. That's the origin story. Yeah, don't bully kids.
Yeah, no bullying.
Bullying sucks.
Bullying sucks.
Never have I ever... This one's juicy and I wasn't going to ask. Never have I ever lied to get out of plans with friends.
Probably. I mean, to be honest. Yes. This was kind of juicy.
Like, what are you going to say?
I like to spill the exact time and the exact lie that I said.
You remember when you wanted to do this?
You have to spread lies.
I never did anything specific. And I don't think I've ever lied about being, like, anxious. Because I wouldn't lie about that, and it's so true.
It's so real.
Everyone knows that I have anxiety.
I probably lied about being sick to get out of something. Yeah. Not like get it. I just didn't feel like doing it, and then I felt bad. So like,
yeah, you're not gonna tell them you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like, I don't want.
I gotta be honest. I don't think if it's ever happened with us in our friend group recently. It hasn't happened recently. It hasn't happened often, and it probably more often happened with other people.
Yeah.
Not like you or our close group of friends.
It's like people I don't hang out with a lot or something, or I've had a few people ask me when they come to Chicago to do something, and I don't really want to, but I don't want to say no.
Don't ask us to hang out if you're listening.
Yeah, like I'm too anxious for that.
Yeah, I have to feel really comfortable with someone to spend an inordinate amount of, especially alone time with them.
Yeah.
Like, I need other people there to buffer.
I can't just, randomly. Just all the time.
I just don't want to talk about it. Wait, who said that? Wasn't that on Never Have I Ever? Wasn't there something where, like, I don't want to? Oh, the guidance counselor.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like talking. I forgot what she said.
I don't like talking to other people. I forget.
Well, I don't like talking to anyone.
Yeah.
Something like that. I was like, that's the funniest thing anyone said.
That's so funny.
Okay, Bree, do you have one more good one for us?
Yeah.
Okay. Prove it. Never have I ever been Team Paxton. The silence is deafening. Silence is so loud, actually. Never have I ever been Team Ben. Drink.
Never have I ever had a pizza hit my car.
I almost said this too. Oh, I never have, but I've been in the passenger seat when one hit your car.
That's still one of the funniest things.
It's
That's so random.
So random.
I was really thinking about high school during these. Like, I was like going back to my high school.
Yeah. We have to do this podcast. We have to do another Never Ever podcast so I can come with some juicy,
silly,
goofy ones. We were in Bree's car driving to our school to see a play. And there was a pizza car, like
a pizza
pretty far in front of us. Like, not like... You still recording?
Yes.
There was a pizza car a decent amount in front of us. Like, not that far, but not like right on our ass. Or we weren't right on their ass.
They weren't on their ass.
And a pizza box...
and hit the hood of my car.
Like, it didn't like obstruct view or anything. It was completely safe, but it was so weird. Part of me feels like this is such a false memory because we've talked about it so much. I'm like, did we just make this up? But it happened.
But like, if we both saw it, it can't be fake. But it like whacked my car.
It was so funny. You used this for like your icebreaker when we had like a fun fact during like college stuff, and I was so jealous because I had nothing else that I could compare. I was like, I was in the car.
I hate icebreakers during college.
So stupid.
I never know what to say.
So stupid. I'd be like, I hate oranges. People are like, who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
But a pizza hitting your car, that got a reaction.
I was
like, oh my god.
That's... Wow.
That's one of the top 5 core memories of us in your car in high school.
My Mini.
Yeah. Long live the red Mini Coupe.
Aww.
Well. I guess that's the end.
I guess that's the end.
Never Have I Ever podcast. I love this show. I love this cast. I can't wait to see what all of them do next. I think Maitreyi Ramakrishnan. I always know how it sounds right in my head and then it doesn't come out. But I love her and I can't wait to see her be literally in anything. And I hope she's in anything and everything. She's so funny.
I hope she gets to be Rapunzel.
Yes!
Yes.
I'm on that bus. I will drive the bus even though I don't have a license.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Guess there's only one thing left to say.
Wait.
Which is what we're watching next week. I guess there's only 2 things left to say.
What are we watching?
I think it's The Bear.
Okay.
Probably. And if it's not The Bear, that's coming soon, so get ready.
We're going to watch The Bear.
The Bear, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Chicago.
We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk all about it. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. All right, that's enough of this. Peace out, virgins.
Peace out, virgins.
Virgin. Orphan.
Virginity is a construct. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Remember to rate, follow, and share with friends.
And find us on TikTok and Instagram at unseriesous to see more content and find out what we're watching next.
We hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye!